Ndeje University TV, your source of knowledge and wisdom.
Ndeje University Kick-Off Examination. Museveni welcomes more investment opportunities. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni meets officials concerning KCCA markets. Makerere University Guild elections. The 2023 academic calendar. 52 universities confirmed to participate in the East African University Games. Welcome, this is Live at 8. My name is MaserukaRobert and we are straight from the studios of Ndeje University TV. Now this is the news in details. On Monday 7th November 2022, Ndeje University kicked off examinations. This was at both campuses of Kampala and the main campus in Luwero. As students have done a couple of papers, the administration and the students have shared their experience during the exam period. Grace Nabukenya has the story.
2 weeks ago, Ndeje University started their end-of-semester examinations, which started with practicals on 7th November. According to the Dean Faculty of Education, Dr. Samuel Sechizivu, who informed us that the experience so far is good as the preparations prior examination were properly done at both campuses.
We are at a time when we are writing exams, both at the main campus and at Kampala campus. We started off well because by the time this exam starts, we were already very well prepared. We had the question papers already set and well moderated. And so we started on time. And we had organized the invigilation team. And up to now, things have been going on very well at both campuses. So I'd like to say exams at the Faculty of Education are going on very well. Students are attending the exams. Most students are already paid up. Of course, we do check whether they are paid, they have paid all the tuition, and most of them have been able to do the exams, and they're still ongoing.
He also added that it is quite challenging, especially dealing with students who are defaulters.
Of course, there have been challenges. Basically, students who had not paid all the tuition and were therefore not allowed to do the examinations. A number of students came to our offices requesting to do the exams and requesting that they would pay up later on at a later date. But of course, according to the regulations, they were not supposed to do the exams. So we actually had to refer them to finance.
However, students have also shared their experience as many stated rain to have affected their time management.
My first week actually, it wasn't bad. Everything was okay. The papers were done in time, and the period even given to us by the invigilator, those people who are coordinating us, it has been really okay. We have not seen more challenges towards it. Because anyway, this is my first time to be in this campus, but I've seen very many improvement than the other campuses I've been before. Time management is the best, and everyone is social to us. It's really a pleasure to be in this institution.
In the first week of the examination, it has been okay, though very tight. The exams have been put together, having 2 papers a day. I began on Monday with 2 examinations, on Tuesday 2 examinations, and then Wednesday 1, Thursday 1, Friday 1. But I've not found any much challenges because supervisors have been very friendly. The administrators have been a part of the supervision of the examinations, and then the time was favorable. The only challenge I've had was the rain. Yeah, raining in the morning, raining in between the papers, which has been very tough on us. We have to run through the rain to catch up to the examination rooms.
The exams began well, though some circumstances and changes we have passed through. Because remember me, I'm doing fine art domain, and I do have some paper that are supposed to be done 3D, 3D and 2D, being that those ones supposed to be done 3D. I'm supposed to do it from main campus. Yeah, that's the change I normally face during examinations, because you have to travel to main campus to do that paper, more especially sculpture and pottery. I think that sometimes collide with the timetable. You can be having it in the morning and at the same time in the evening having maybe a foundation.
Some students have a high expectation for next week, as many of them will be finalizing.
Next week we shall be much more better. And then our expectations, because some of us are January intakers, so we are so excited. We are coming to the end, so we are waiting for the Friday and close up everything.
Deja University will be finalizing the examinations next week. Grace Snap Kenya, live at 8.
On the 17th of November 2022, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni called for more Indians to explore businesses in Uganda. This was at Munyonyo Commonwealth Resort Hotel in Kampala at the opening of the Afro-Indian Investment Summit 2022. Agnes Nabugwao has the details.
On 14th November, President Museveni, while officiating at the opening of Afro-Indian Investment Summit 2022, together with the continual 100-year celebration of Indian Association in Uganda at Munyonyo Commonwealth Resort Hotel in Kampala, His Excellency the President called upon more Indians to explore the business opportunities in Uganda. He said former President Idi Amin's expulsion of Indians from Uganda in 1972 not only disturbed the relationship between Uganda and India, but also discouraged wealth creation. He added that when he came into the government, he found some of the Africans sitting in Indian properties, about 8,000 of them. He said his government did not see any problem with Indian investors who used to buy their produce and in turn importing what Uganda did not have. He called upon Indians to invest in untapped areas like fertilizers, which have been expensive as a result of the Russia-Ukraine standoffs. Uganda is one of the peaceful, pleasant, profitable, and favorable country for investments. He assured Indian investors of a ready market for their products, not only from the growing Ugandan population, but also East Africa.
For the external tax, we coordinate with East Africa, because we are together with East Africa, 300 million people of the 7 countries of Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, South Sudan, and Congo. This is the 300 million people. So we have one common tax, external, for if anything is produced here, then we protect it together. Together, so we shall coordinate with the East African countries. So that you don't only produce for Uganda, you produce for the 300 million people for East Africa.
The Minister of State for Investment, Honorable Evelyn Anite, told the President that the conference is among the initiatives to promote Uganda as the best investment destination in Africa and to recognize his efforts and the support he has given to Ugandans. She also thanked the President for returning over Indian properties, which has given birth to now over 1,139 Indian investments and factories in Uganda, employing tens of thousands of Ugandans. Minister Anite further reported that deals amounting to $1,069.5 million worth of new investments have been signed. The UK trade envoy to Uganda, Lord Dola Popat, who is also a member of House of Lords of United Kingdom, hailed the president for improving Uganda's investment environment. He said together with the Minister of Trade in Uganda, they launched the Government Growth Gateway that will see more UK countries setting up businesses in Uganda. The conference was addressed by Mr. Mohan Raho, Chairman of Indian Association Uganda, Mahendra Mehta, the Chairman of Mehta Group of Companies, Kamalesh Medivan of Medivan Group of Companies, and Dr. Sudhir Rupalelia, Trust Indian Association Uganda.
Around 1,000 staff from Ugandan, it's going to employ inside this project for phase 1. They are going to develop slowly in the phase 2 to have also to increase the factories, because what they see in here, they are too much heavy. We have also one, he have a factory for rubber, and also he want to go that side of mattresses, the medical mattresses, and it's called medical one, latex, and also toys for the children. He's going to produce this in his factory as well.
In attendance were Ministers, Honorable Matia Kasai of Finance, Honorable Okello Olyam, State Minister for Foreign Affairs, officials from Uganda Investment Authority, Uganda Investors, among others. Agnes Nabugwao, live at 8.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni welcomed officials led by Right Honorable Robina Nabanja for a follow-up meeting to discuss KCCA markets. This was at the State House in Entebbe. Let's have the details.
Upon submission on the outcome of several meetings that were chaired by the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the President directed that KCCA should deal directly with the vendors without going through a third party. But the leaders of the vendors had also become exploiters of the vendors they were supposed to represent, that they had turned their leadership positions into offices from where they earn a living. The President narrated that some time back, during the interaction with members of a cooperative society, he had had similar complainants where the leaders exploit the members.
If you say that you have given the market to private developers, that means you have undermined the Wanaku in two ways. First of all, they will now have to pay higher costs, to pay higher okubasera. So that one cannot work. They are not. It's not possible. It should be out. Should not be considered at all.
The President further guided that KCCA should take over administration of all government markets in the city. No vendor should occupy more than one stall. The meeting should agree on who would be responsible for utilities. There should be a reasonable imposer the vendors should pay for the stalls and lockups. Their meeting should agree on what should be charged on items entering the market. In submission, the Honorable Minister for Kampala, Honorable Hajat Minsa Kabanda, reported that a cabinet paper incorporating some of the issues that have been agreed upon at the meeting had been prepared and was due for discussion at the next cabinet meeting on 21st November 2022. The meeting was also attended by the Honorable State Minister for KCCA, AFA, the Executive Director KCCA, the RCC Kampala City, the Mayor of Kampala Central, and mobilizers from the market. Grace Nav Kenya, live at 8.
On November 17th, 20 and 22, the Great Hill Makerere University opened up its 88th Guild elections with the voting of the Electoral Commission. Now, this sparked off reactions among students of whether voting should be physical or online. Let us have the story.
Makerere University opened the 88th Student Leadership Elections on 17th November 2022 virtually from the different colleges of the campus. The election started with the screening and voting electoral commission representatives, though some colleges, including College of Humanity and Social Sciences, were left out.
The College of Humanities and Social Sciences, we did not vote and we did not get any representative at the electoral commission.
According to Nixon, a student of Makerere, some candidates were not screened because they failed to meet some of the requirements.
Most of them did not have representatives simply because the candidates that applied did not have marks on their university portals, on their students' portals. And yet these marks are in the system, meaning the system itself is not properly fit.
He added that student turn-up was also unpresent, where some are said to be unaware of election programs.
So this leaves us questioning if really the online voting will work or not. Just to look at the figures of the elections of the EC commissioners, most of the colleges that voted registered a low turnout. We had, I think, the highest number of voters was around 200 something. Imagine a college that is having all over 1,000 students, having only 100, 200 students voting for EC commissioners. This has something huge to say when it comes to virtual elections or online elections. The EC commissioners election itself suggests that people have not yet welcomed the idea of online voting. Actually, I've talked to a number of students and most of them aren't even aware that we are having elections on.
21st to 23rd of November will be the nomination of the 88th Guild President, Guild Representative Council, Senior Common Room, College Council, Debating Union, and Games Union candidates. Sarah Chirabo, live at 8.
The Ministry of Education and Sports has released the 2023 academic calendar. Now, schools have been advised to educate parents about the school terms. Anslem Ojaru has the details.
According to the 2023 academic calendar, next year's first term is expected to begin on February 6, 2022, running for 89 days and ending on May 5th. Learners will then go for a 23-day holiday and return for a second term on May 29th, along with the school's calendar for pre-primary, primary school and other institutions in this category. The Ministry of Education passed on the following notes. The start of Term 1 for Senior 1, Senior 5 and Year 1 for technical farm schools and community polytechnics will be communicated in the due course. Teaching and learning should start promptly at the beginning of school terms, and this should not be cut short without clearance from the office in charge. All head teachers of boarding schools, especially those in Kampala City, Mukono and Wakiso districts, should ensure that they stagger the starting dates for different classes over the week preceding the official opening and closing dates of terms. All school open days and other annual functions should be set by individual schools and institutions during the second term. Many parents have not received their 2-month-long holidays in good spirits because this is the third time that the school term has been cut short without any refunds for the school fees. The COVID-19 pandemic disorganized the school calendar for the last 3 years For the first time since 2020, the Ministry of Education and Sports is readopting the former Uganda Schools calendar. Following the missing of mathematics paper, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Honorable Janet Kataham Seveni, has directed Uganda National Examination Board to set a special paper for 23 primary 7 candidates of St. Christine Primary School in Kakumiro District who missed their examinations recently. They missed their paper on November 8, 2022. The pupils studying at Christine Primary School, which didn't have a registration number, registered the pupils at Impasana Primary School for their examinations, and on the day they were supposed to see the papers, the director of St. Christine Primary School, Pascal Asimwe, who had promised to return with a van to transport them to Impasana Primary School, didn't show up. The pupils decided to walk approximately 15 kilometers away, arriving at Impasana Primary School 1 hour and 16 minutes late. This made the invigilators to turn them away for late coming. Anslem Ojaru, live at 8.
"52 universities have confirmed their participation in the East African University Games. 31 have approved their participation come December 16th, 20 and 22 at Ndeje Main Campus, Luwero. Participants are supposed to be pursuing a degree or diploma in the recognized institutions. Sarah Chirabo has the details.
While Ndege University is preparing to host the biannual sports event, commonly known as the East African University Games in December 16th at main campus Luwero, different universities have registered their teams in 20 disciplines for both men and women, which include athletics, track and field, badminton, basketball, chess, darts, handball, hockey, karate, netball, rugby, scrabble, football, swimming, table tennis, taekwondo, tennis, volleyball, woodball, sitting volleyball, and beach handball. According to the East African University Games Secretariat, Florence Nakamia, 52 universities have confirmed their participation in the Games come December. However, out of the 52 universities, only 31 have been approved after passing all the qualitative entry stages of the Games.
The Games are in high gear at the moment. We have less than 30 days left. We have about 52 universities that have confirmed to participate in these Games, and some have completed most of their stages that they are supposed to do, but some have not yet reached the final stages. The final deadline is the 18th of November. That is when we expect all universities to have cleared their financial obligation, and we are expecting all of them to have entered their tentative and qualitative entries. And on 3rd of December, we will do the pools. We'll do the pools on 3rd of December. So by that time, we expect all the universities to have cleared and have fulfilled all their obligations.
Ndege University, as the game hosts 2022, is well equipped with the health guidelines which will help in managing the Ebola spread during the Games.
The challenge that has come in that so many people are asking us about is the Ebola outbreak. We were very attentive when the President spoke to the public yesterday. He accepted that international engagements should continue. However, as Ndege University, we are also taking what he advised us to do. We are going to we've put in place SOPs, standard operating procedures, that we expect the participants and the people already on ground to oblige with, so that we make sure that the Games happen without any challenges. The concerned people are aware that the Games are going to take place in Deje, and they are aware that we are going to host more than 3,000 people. So a lot has been done to make sure that all goes well.
Only athletes from a degree awarding institution or pursuing a diploma program from a recognized institution born between 1st January 1997 to 31st December 2004 are allowed to participate in the disciplines. Sarah Chirabo, live at 8.
Now sports. Ndege University Lions and the Police Football Club had a draw of 1-1 in the FUFA Big League. This was at Kavomba Recreation Ground. Sarah Chirabo has the details.
Possession is still on for Ndege. A goal goes in!
Ndege University Lions secured a point from their clash against Police Football Club at the Kavomba Recreational Ground on Thursday afternoon. In the rainy game, Ndu Lions managed to register their only goal in the game in the 9th minute after the game had kicked off through Elia Asimwe. Just after 7 minutes of the Ndu Lions goal, the home team equalized the game. The Ndu Lions were also forced to make a substitution in the game after Josephat Ayebale was injured in the 11th minute and replaced by Wafula. Ndege Lions put a standing performance in the game, with even hitting the crossbar several times, but luck was not on their side to win the game. This game leaves Ndege University Football Club in the 11th position with 6 points on the chart and 9 positions behind Kitala FC, that is on the top of the table. The Luwero Best Club will be facing Mbarara City FC in the next game. In other matchday 6 games played, Ginger North United FC won 3-1 against Adjumani TC FC. Lugazi FC won 4-2 against Soroti FC. NEC FC won 2-0 against Luwero United FC. Chetume FC won 5-0 against Northern Gateway SC. And Calvary FC
FUFA and Uganda Sports Press Association engaged in a one-day workshop at Imperial Hotel in Kampala. Now, media plays a crucial role in setting up the agenda in society and acting as a vehicle of informing and educating society. FUFA took an initiative to bridge the gap between sports and the federation. Let's have the details.
This was the second engagement FUFA was having with sports scribes under their umbrella, the first coming in 2018. This year's theme hinged on role media plays in the recovery of football industry. Uganda Sports Press Association President Patrick Kanyomozi appreciated the interaction and believes this helps in developing the game.
The key fruit that we've picked out is for both parties to appreciate the need of having working relations. And because for journalists, most times they think that having a good working relationship with the national federation means working for their interests or basically being in their pocket, which is actually not the case. And for us, we're following in the footsteps of our international body, the International Sports Press Association, which encourages good relations between the journalist associations and the national sports federations. And we've started with FUFA. It actually started with FUFA in 2018, simply because it's the biggest national sports federation. But hopefully the others can also be open to it and appreciate the fact that we can work together without necessarily being compromised. That's the way to go, because at the end of the day we need to promote the sports industry. As journalists, we benefit when the sports industry grows, and this is one of the avenues.
Several journalists were given chance to ask questions and make contributions to the theme. USPA is set to elect new office bearers, and FUFA President Magogo was quick to distance FUFA from the elections at the association.
Going on, and I want to be very clear and categorical as FUFA, we do not support any candidate in these elections. And I think that's the best that we can do. Anybody associating us, that is your internal politics, and let us not be part of it, because we want to work with whoever is the president of the association.
The day's event ended with a football match between USPA and FUFA, played at Uganda Matters High School, Lubaga, where FUFA beat USPA 2-1. Grace Nav, Kenya, live at 8.
Thank you so much, our dear viewers. MaserukaRobert is my name, and we are straight from the studios of Ndeje University TV. Now let us meet tomorrow in the same time and on the same station. Thank you.
On a glorious journey to great academic heights, you need a university that will guarantee you hopes of employment without sweltering in a pool of job hunts. I present to you Ndeje University. We are an Anglican university endowed with 3 state-of-the-art campuses in Luwero Bombo, the Graduate School in Rubaga, and the Kampala campus along Balintuma Road behind Meng.